The gift of grief was the message that I heard yesterday on my way to go teach professional tarot level 1 to my students. And you might be coming into this reading, coming into this intuitive message and thinking to yourself, whoa, that is heavy. And grief certainly can feel heavy, but what I received yesterday en route to go share light and information through the tarot cards, through my passions, was anything but heavy. And I am hoping, and my intention for this intuitive channel and this reading is that if you are going through grief right now, whether it's loss or change or unexpected, unpleasant trajectories or upset of any sort of kind in your life right now, that this reading will help alleviate and illuminate some of the heaviness and shadows you might be processing through right now. Because I will speak from my own personal experience of the gift of grief and what I have been experiencing with this energy recently, to give you some context to why I decided to film this very different channel and message today. But first, let me introduce myself. I am Robin. Welcome to Nest of Guidance, and I am here for you as your tarot reader, as your spirit channel, as your guide through change, using my abilities as a tarot reader, as a spirit channel, as an intuitive, as an empath, to help you through what you might be going through, whether that's elation, joy, and success, or grief, sadness, and sorrow. And this message came to me yesterday. This download intuitively from Spirit came to me yesterday of the gift of grief. And my personal experience with this recently is that last Sunday on April 19th, I had to release my beloved Morpheus into the hands of Spirit after having him in my life for 13 years. And if you've been watching my videos, if you've been tuning into my readings, then you will have met this cat as well. He is the little black one that has popped up here and there and made his presence known, and now his presence is in spirit alone. And let me tell you, this message is not going to be a message about not allowing yourself to feel the grief, the pain, the anger, the anguish, whatever it is that's happening for you right now. You heal it by feeling it, but you also heal it by allowing yourself to live at the same time. And with that, and with my own personal experience of what grief has felt like for me, and it might even, this is coming through right now, but before I get into any cards, because I will be pulling some cards just to see what channels through that medium as well. But for me, if you're going through grief, especially if it's grief of a loss of a loved one or a pet or an opportunity or a trajectory that you had been dreaming of, whatever form of grief through loss that you might be processing right now in this time of change, you might be going through this energy of it goes from feeling surreal to too real. And if you were there, then you're processing grief with the best of us. And to know that it's perfectly okay for you to shift and flow and move back and forth between these two energies of nothing feels concrete, it feels surreal that this is happening right now, that this is where I am right now, to the weight of this is so real that this is what's happening to me right now and this is what I'm experiencing right now. And you are perfectly held and protected and provided for and loved and supported through that process of those emotions. 444, as I say that, you are safe and supported, and there are 10,000 angels surrounding you. And when you embrace the gift of grief, miracles can happen before your eyes. Now I'm going to get into some cards to see how they can come through for us, whether again this is grief of loss or anger or the ending of a path. However this grief comes through for you, allow yourself to feel through without attaching to it, and allow yourself to live at the same time as you grieve and process and release what was close to your heart. And the first card I want to show you is actually the card that I pulled for my own personal Aries new moon reading, which I pulled literally this reading for myself the night before I had to put down my beloved Morpheus and send him into the hands of spirit. And that was a card of passion. And the message on the back of this card says to light up your life by honoring your deepest desires. And when this shift, this unexpected change happened in my life last Sunday, I can tell you that this came through in a whole different alignment for me. Because when you're going through grief or loss or sadness or whatever it is that might feel heavy for you right now, your life can feel quite dark all of a sudden. But when you allow yourself and your heart to lead you forward through your passions, through your desires, what inspires you, it will light up your life and it will lighten that darkness that you might be feeling. It will illuminate that heaviness that is on your heart. So as you're going through change in your life, please honor yourself and honor your heart by still allowing yourself to live and allowing yourself to honor your passions and your desires. For me, that was still sharing readings with my clients, even though it was one day later, or getting out and connecting with friends, going to my oil painting class, filming this reading for you to help you move through and feel through. Honor what will help illuminate the darkness and lift the heaviness from your heart. That is something that inspires you, that will give life back where life might have been taken. And I'm going to go into my Poesis Oracle now to see what message and what potential stirs at the depth of these changes that we might be facing, this grief that we might be processing through right now, and also what the gift is in it as well, because I've always tuned into the what potential stirs at the depth, because that's what's written on the box. But on the other side of the box, it mentions that there's a gift within this. It's not just a potential, there's also a gift. So, and as I said, and you'll see that was like way too many cards. Let's just try for one. In the title of this reading that you've already clicked on, if you're watching it, hello, welcome. I'm here for you. I love you, and I'm here to support you through whatever you're going through. Okay, there we go. That one just it danced forward for us as a gift of knowledge. So let's see what. Oh, there's two here. 3. Okay, well, I'm just going to accept all 3 because they came out all together. Oof. And we have one very... Wow, the message of these 3 cards alone could be their own reading, but we'll see what else comes through. So, through this energy of the gift of grief, and I didn't even... So, before I get into these cards, because I didn't even share what the gift of grief was, which is truly connected to these cards, the message that I channeled through yesterday was the gift of grief is that grief and change snaps you back into the present moment. It brings you back here, immediately, into this exact present moment in time. When you experience grief, when you experience sudden change, when something ends abruptly, when a path dissolves suddenly, it brings you back to the present moment immediately. And that is the true gift of grief, because the present moment, this moment right here, right now, as you're watching this, as you're tuning into these energies, as I'm sharing this message with you, is where all of your power to create the life of your dreams and transmute and process, release and feel and bloom and evolve lies in this exact moment. And when you experience grief or loss or sudden unexpected change or the crumbling of something you thought you once had, it brings you back into this present moment right here and right now. And it gives you all that power back. And some of that power is to allow yourself to process the sadness, the anguish, the sorrow, the denial, the guilt, the shame, whatever it is that you might be experiencing, with love for yourself, to face the shadows that are being reflected to you through this change, through this loss. To know that you can face the reflection of what is being shown to you. And when you look clearly in the mirror of your shadow of 11:11, when you look clearly in the mirror of your shadow that is being reflected back to you in hand, in the present moment, you are gifted all of your power to transmute the pain into gratitude, to shift the shadow into light, to shift the shadow into compassion and wisdom. And that is truly the most powerful magic around. And it's this magic you hold within your hand, right? It's the magic you hold within your hand when you allow yourself to face with honesty, with integrity, with love, with compassion, with understanding, with humility, where you are now, what you're experiencing now. I cannot tell you how many times I have cried and wept and just like called his name. I am still going through it. And it was only truly last night that I did not cry myself to sleep after experiencing and receiving the message of the gift of grief. So know that as you face these shadows before you, in this reflection of what might feel like darkness, you have this power in the dark shadow to illuminate the darkness through honoring your deepest desires and passions and allowing yourself to live. And then, again, honor your deepest desires and passions with compassion. Honor the deepest desires you have. Honor your heart. Honor how you're feeling, and let it illuminate the darkness for you. Because I'm hearing from Spirit, it is here for you. Even these dark, frightening reflections are here for you. And then through that, you gain the wisdom, you gain the knowledge, you gain the life, the lived life experience of knowing how to transmute the deepest and darkest of shadows and pain into wisdom and compassion. So I'm just going to quickly read through the 3 poems for these 3 cards, and then we'll get into some other cards to see what come through. So we start here with Shadow. Look into your eyes and see your own reflection. I see our vulnerability of existence and all the ways we try to renegade against the immeasurable fear of loss. Take just a deep breath in and a sigh out with that one. I hold this truth inside my core, and the world is like a mirror showing me the hidden parts I once tried everything to ignore. When I turn towards this honesty, my shadows cease to creep up on me, for they have already been freed, and can now be seen dancing in the light. When you honor your deepest desires and passions through the shadows, they dance in the light. On to compassion. When we practice compassion, we practice reducing unnecessary suffering for ourselves and each other, offered through the unclenched jaw, offered through a private and gentle intimacy, offered through the relinquishment of our expectations. We learn to touch the timeless, weightless ocean, oceanic feeling to which all of life belongs. We tenderly return to ourselves again and again and forgive ourselves for forgetting that. Without love, life is just doing time. Whoa. And without kindness, there will always be too much of it. If that's not a message. And you show yourself that love by, again, honoring yourself and letting yourself live as you feel through what you're going through. And now let's go to wisdom. An entire anthology of life has come before us. We do not exist alone or separately. We are here now because somebody else was here before. You are not alone as you go through this. You might feel horribly alone as you go through grief or loss or change that was unexpected. But know that you are not alone. And I'm hearing like literally everyone else has gone through some sort of unexpected change or loss or grief in their life as well. And you can take comfort and compassion in that. Wisdom that is honored, cherished, passed, and poured into us, the temporary vessels that move through the eternity of time, is wisdom that was crystallized through someone else's effort or pain. We give thanks and acknowledge the wisdom of the past as we continue in the present moment to fill the cups of what is yet to come. There is so much wisdom and grace and honor in allowing yourself to feel what you don't want to feel. And when you do that, you open yourself up to the gift of grief by allowing yourself that power in the present moment. By choosing to be gentle and compassionate with yourself through what you're feeling. I'm hearing Spirit say, like, don't stuff your feelings. Allow them to flow through you without attachment to them. And when you do, you stand your ground against what is holding you down. This card just flew forward. Spiritually, you stand your ground against the shadows. You stand your ground against the shadows when you are going through this loss, this separation, this grief, this sorrow. You stand your ground strong and true and proud in a state of compassion and wisdom, because you know that in this moment you stand your ground. And this isn't like a defiant, like, I'm not going to feel these feelings. I'm not going to let myself be sad. This is standing your ground in a state of compassion as you feel through your shadows with compassion, right? Feel through your shadows with compassion as you stand your ground, because this is you spiritually, energetically standing your ground. And also when you honor your deepest desires through your shadows, then you are definitely standing your ground. And there might be some times when you just have to lie in bed and cry, and that is perfect for you at that time. Do what you need to do to heal, to process, and to release, and to transmute in a way that is healthy, in a way that you are honoring your heart with compassion for what you're going through. Because that is where the wisdom is gained, through this energy. And then it's like, I'm hearing it's like you face off and you face the sun. It's like you stand your ground against the darkness, against the inevitability of your present moment, but that is where you stand your ground in your present moment and gain that power back for yourself. Whether that's you're ready to move forward, you're ready to engage in your passions and your inspirations, or you just need more time to feel what you're going through. And even allowing yourself to feel what you're going through is honoring your heart with compassion and taking guidance in that energy. And then when you do, you allow yourself to move on from the shadows into light. You allow yourself to move on from the shadows into light, mentally, with your state of mind, with your thoughts, with your energies, with your processes, because this is a card of mental energy, of your thoughts, your perceptions, your ideas, your mind. You allow yourself to move on from what was, the reality that feels too real, into the new dawn. And that is what truly takes spiritual strength. Right? Spiritual strength. You're moving on with spiritual strength. Because that is truly what taps into this energy of wisdom and compassion. Is that spiritual strength of looking at the reflection of what life is serving you right now. Knowing that you will come through the shadows by honoring yourself in that time. Again, whether that is the energy of just being in it, in its heaviest energy. But knowing that you still have the power, because again, that hand is holding the mirror. Or knowing that it's time, you're ready to light up your life by honoring your deepest desires through what you're experiencing. And however you need to process and transmute what you're experiencing in whatever way is healthiest for you, as long as it's healthy, right? I mean, like, I'm not advocating for like unhealthy practices or an unhealthy lifestyle or turning into like a toxic energy because you're going through it. But do what lights up your life and do what lights up your life and lights up your heart through the shadows and through the pain. Because again, it's like when you take this passion, it's like this is the passionate heart that moves forward with compassion, right? He has compassion for himself in this card to come out of the shadows. And you have just as much strength as the person, the being in that card. You are so strong for what you're going through, so courageous and so brave to, like, I'm hearing like, and this sounds so trite, and I'm so, like, also kind of sorry for, like, that spirit, but not sorry because the spirit's telling me to say this, but you are so strong for what you are facing, and you have the power and the strength, you have the spiritual strength to withstand the weight of what you're experiencing right now, this ending that is making space for new beginnings, because 9 is the energy of an ending making space for new beginnings, that would not be within your field, in your physical experience, mental, emotional, spiritual experience right now, if you did not have the strength, the compassion, the wisdom, the understanding, the knowing to move on through it. So know that for yourself, says Spirit, that you have everything it takes to move through this with compassion and wisdom and grace for yourself. You have the spiritual strength to move on. So this has become a longer reading. So if you're still with me, thank you so much for tuning in. I know this has been a different channel, but this message really wanted to be spoken. And if you're still here, then know that I honor you and I'm here for you, and you are welcome to subscribe if you are wanting to become a birdie in the nest of guidance, and that if you want to like this reading, if it resonated for you, if it helped you through what you're changing through, then I'm honored to receive that acknowledgement. But truly, none of any of the channel that I pull through is about the external validation. But we're here for you in the nest. I'm here for you in the nest. And I would love to have you a birdie in the nest of guidance. And when you honor your deepest desires, you have this beautiful ability to celebrate through the pain. Right? The death and rebirth card is about accepting the end with celebration of the new beginning. So you move on with celebration, and this could also be celebrating what was as opposed to as a part of the grieving process, I'm hearing. To honor what was, what has left, what once you held dear with love and celebration and gratitude, as opposed to with disdain or anguish or pity. Right? That is the wisdom. It's like, it takes a truly brave and courageous and wise soul to celebrate an ending. It's like coming through as like a celebration of life as opposed to a wake. Let yourself celebrate this ending and know that you have a beautiful, strong, and loving community surrounding you to help you through what you're going through. The Four of Wands is all about community and family and people that feel like home, and that brings stability and love and support and comfort and compassion for you. So know that you're not going through anything alone, not just because we have all gone through it and we all understand it, but because you have a close-knit community around you who is here for you. I'm here for you. And we're all in this together, are we not? On this beautiful ship and island in space called Earth. And then know that as one thing ends, another comes through and the balance is being restored. This is justice, this is fairness, this is equality. So if something has ended, it's because the balance needed to be restored. And now this is that karmic shift happening for you, that universal justice coming through. And even though the justice might feel a little bit unfair if you're facing shadow, it is coming through for you in masses, I am hearing. This is like the universe is rebalancing the scales for you at this time, which is why you can have compassion, have grace, and know that it is safe to move on through this energy because you're moving into karmic balance through this exchange. It's an exchange. You're not just being stripped of something and then left with nothing. It is an exchange that it came through so clearly right now. And this is also a huge milestone of karmic shifting and balancing and exchanging happening for you right now, because you have that spiritual strength. Look at this balance here with this balance here. And this is a very important time of reflection too. This is a card of balance through reflection. balance through reflection, right? She is not afraid of the reflection that she's meeting. She is meeting it with the compassion and the wisdom she knows that she has within. She is meeting it with compassion and with wisdom. And that is truly, when you meet yourself with that energy as well, and that reflection, that is what shifts the tides and balances the scales even more. And then the last card that came through here is, again, as something leaves, something comes through physically for you. As the bedrock is cleared of the old energy, new growth is already sprouting. Because this energy is so big and it can feel so dark, but you're moving through. You're moving through. They're both facing the energy of the future. You're moving on with compassion and wisdom for yourself, knowing that this energy is happening for you. Right? That's the wisdom. You're not alone. 31, 31, 44. You are safe in moving on. You are safe in facing these shadows. You are safe in grief. You are safe in pain. You are safe in sorrow. You are safe in this unexpected change you might be going through. And know that there is new growth coming through that you are moving forward to at this time. And that spirit is honoring that you're standing strong. Look at, she is definitely standing strong through this energy. And that you have the spiritual, I'm hearing you have the spiritual strength of a warrior of God and Goddess through what you're going through right now. And that is truly this message, that you have this power in this present moment, that you have the power through this shadowy period to bring the light by honoring yourself, knowing that you have the spiritual strength to withhold through the pain, and that you are moving on from the shadows into compassion. So trust in yourself, trust in your community, trust in your passions and your inspirations, and I will see you in my next intuitive reading. I am here for you, I love you, I support you, and you're welcome to join in my nest if it feels supportive and safe for you for whatever you're experiencing right now. Namaste.